Ethan had mastered what he believed to be one of the greatest survival skills of high school, the art of looking busy without doing anything at all. Most students develop this ability slowly pretending to take notes while actually doodling, nodding along to lectures while daydreaming, but Ethan had taken it to the next level. He called it strategic classroom napping. The rules were simple. 1. Pick a seat near the back, where the teacher's line of sight was weaker. 2. Tilt your head just enough to look thoughtful, not unconscious. 3. Occasionally move your pen so it looked like you were writing. 4. If necessary, fake being awake with a quick nod and a mumbled "yes, that's interesting." It had worked beautifully for months. But then came Friday afternoon history class. The room was warm, the blinds were half closed, and the teacher, Mr. Patterson, had a voice that could lull an insomniac into a coma. He was droning on about the Treaty of Versailles in the same tone one might use to describe a paint-drying contest. Ethan leaned back, folded his arms, and thought, perfect nap conditions. Only this time, Ethan decided to push the experiment further. Instead of simply pretending to be awake, he would fake being asleep. He thought it would be hilarious to snore softly and see if anyone noticed. He tilted his head, shut his eyes dramatically, and let out a quiet HRRMM. The student next to him giggled. Emboldened, Ethan added another. Hernt. It was working. A couple of people in the back snickered. Ethan could feel the thrill of being both rebellious and entertaining. He imagined himself as a sort of class clown genius, a performer in the theater of boredom. But then he made a fatal mistake. He forgot to stop. What began as controlled fake snores slowly turned into something more real. The warmth of the room, the monotone of Mr. Patterson's lecture, and the rhythm of his own fake snoring combined into a lullaby. Before Ethan realized it, his pretend nap slipped into an actual nap. And Ethan, when he truly slept, snored like a motorcycle starting up on a cold morning. At first it was a low rumble, HHHNK, snirk. Students turned their heads. Few tried not to laugh. Mr. Patterson paused mid-sentence, his chalk hovering over the board. Then Ethan unleashed a monstrous, unrestrained snore. Huronish. It echoed against the walls like an air horn. Ethan startled himself so violently that he jolted upright, arms flailing. His notebook flew off the desk, his pen shot to the floor, and he shouted, "I'm awake!" The class erupted in laughter. Even Mr. Patterson, usually immune to humor, pinched the bridge of his nose. To Ethan, he said dryly, "I see that the Treaty of Versailles has touched you deeply." Ethan's ears burned red. Yeah, very moving. Sad treaty. Lots of treaties. "Glad you were so immersed in it," the teacher replied, raising one eyebrow. The laughter continued. A student in the front row mimicked Ethan's snore. Another banged on the desk like a drum. Ethan buried his face in his hands. The worst part, Ethan had no idea how long he'd actually been out. For all he knew, he had been rattling the walls with his snores for 10 minutes straight. Mr. Patterson sighed and returned to the board. "Let's move on." Ethan exhaled in relief, trying to shrink into his chair. He thought the embarrassment was over until Mr. Patterson added, "Perhaps next week, Mr. Ethan, you can give us a presentation on the benefits of staying conscious in class." The room exploded with laughter again. Ethan muttered under his breath, never faking sleep again. But of course, the legend spread. By the end of the day, half the school had heard about the snore heard round the world. Someone even uploaded a recording to social media. The caption read, "When you fake sleep, but forget to fake wake up." That night, Ethan scrolled through the comments, groaning at every one. Bro sounds like a chainsaw. Teacher should have used his snores as background music. Man took REM sleep to advanced placement level. Ethan tossed his phone aside, vowing to never let history class defeat him again. The following week, he arrived early and sat in the front row. Notebook open, pen ready, posture upright. He would be the model student. Mr. Patterson walked in, glanced at him, and said, "Glad to see you're awake, Ethan. I wasn't sure if I should bring earplugs today." The class chuckled again. Ethan sighed. His reputation was permanent now. And somewhere deep inside, Mr. Whiskers the cat Ethan had at home would have been proud. After all, Ethan had finally embraced his true nature, professional napper.